Hello and welcome to another top 10 list. Today we are covering the top 10 most popular technology mods according to Curseforge for Minecraft 1.16.5 Forge. That's a heck of a lot to say, so we'll get right into this now. The number one most popular mod is Tinker's Construct, and Tinker's Construct adds a crafting station, a part builder, a tinker station, and the Tinker's Anvil. And these can be used to make all kinds of wonderful tools that will make your life so much easier, enable you to do things like mine and chop trees so much faster, and general quality of life improvements all around. It also adds the smeltery. This is a multi-block structure that you can use to smelt your metals. It does ore doubling and casting both in a basin or a table. This comes with all kinds of molds, and this will make a block of anything that you have 9 ingots of in your smeltery. These can be built to hold ridiculous amounts of metals and can also therefore double as a great place to store your metal. The one downside to these is they run off of lava, so unless you have a companion mod installed to be able to generate lava, like the Crucibles, and so many of the mod packs I've played, you are going to have a hard time keeping this thing full unless you put it near a lava lake. So that's Tinker's. Moving right along to Immersive Engineering. Immersive Engineering is not a mod that I am tremendously familiar with, but it does add some very cool looking crafting benches and things for power generation like windmills and water wheels, and the windmills are actually quite beautiful. When I play with Immersive Engineering also does tend to be a little cosmetic heavy, but it is a very useful mod. I've seen lots of people do lots of interesting things with it. The next mod on the list is Botania, and that doesn't make sense to me. So we're not going to be covering Botania in this video because Botania for me would be a farming mod or a magic mod. I don't really see how it could be considered a technology mod, but either way, it deserves its mention there because it is the third most popular technology mod according to Curseforge. So we're going to skip that though. And then we have Applied Energistics. And Applied Energistics goes all the way from this little quartz grindstone that you have to hand crank that will multiply your ore by creating crushed ore and allowing you to smelt that into ingots. And it goes all the way from that up to ginormous storage arrays that you can use to store billions of items. The next mod on the list is Mekanism, and Mekanism adds blocks as basic as this smelting factory and as advanced as this crushing factory and this combining factory. It also gives you lots of things like this jetpack and all the other interesting things you see here. It adds quite a lot to the game. It adds a lot of different fluids and many other things, but one of the neatest things that it adds, in my opinion, is this, the jetpack. It is very, very cool. All right, and the next mod on the list is Industrial Foregoing. Industrial Foregoing adds everything from this basic fluid extractor, which generates latex that the latex processing unit can turn into plastic, and it goes all the way up to this infinity backpack, which can hold over 2 billion items. It also adds tools like the infinity drill, which you can see over here. I have used to dig out a very large space, and it does that extremely quickly. Alright, you do have to be in survival mode for that to work though. And it also adds things like the trident that I have here, which, if I wasn't in peaceful mode, probably would do a ton of damage to anything that I hit with it. And in general, it is a fantastic mod. Alright, next we have Thermal Expansion, and Thermal Expansion adds wonderful blocks to the world such as this aqueous accumulator and this vacuumulator. The aqueous accumulator, when placed in water, will produce an infinite water source for you to use. And the vacuumulator does exactly what it sounds like. It vacuums up items from the surrounding area and is excellent for using in a mob farm. It also adds various dynamos. I have this one here set up as the lapidary dynamo. That's fun to say. And it uses lapis lazuli to produce power. And as you can see, there's a ton of things that the thermal expansion adds, all broken up into different categories and many, many different uses and purposes. Alright, and next on the list we have refined storage. This is an excellent example of a very compact refined storage system. This is a creative controller, but you have a controller and you have a storage block and then you have a grid. And as long as these blocks have power, you can use it to store tons and tons of things. So in a manner, it's similar to applied energistics, but one of the main things is that this does not limit the variety of items that you can store per unit of storage. The next mod on the list is building gadgets, and building gadgets adds several gadgets to the game that are great for various things. So we have the exchanging gadget, the destruction gadget, the copy-paste gadget, and the building gadget, all with relatively self-explanatory names. So that is building gadgets. I haven't played with this mod very much, so I'm not gonna take the time to figure it out and demonstrate how each of these gadgets work, but something tells me that's not going to be a real big problem to figure out. And the next mod on the list is Flux Networks. Flux Networks gives you the Flux controller and Flux storage along with Flux plugs and points, and you can use these to set up wireless energy networks in your Minecraft world. So you send power into your storage, which currently isn't actually functioning here for reasons I'm not quite understanding. I might need some manner of energy acceptor or something like that. But either way, you send energy into your storage from some manner of generator or another. You use the controller to set up your networks, and then you place a point on something that you want to send energy to and a plug you want to receive energy from. And it's all wireless and it's very nice. And I really like Flux Networks. The last mod on today's list is going to be Xnet. Now, Xnet is not a mod that I am very familiar with, and before we get into it, I want to say if you are enjoying today's video, please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and just be aware of how much that means to me if you choose to do those things. It really helps me out, really helps to keep momentum going on this channel so that we can share more of these awesome mods with more people and do more of the things that you guys want to see me do. So back to Xnet then. I haven't really figured out everything that Xnet can do, but I can tell you it's got cables for transferring items, fluid, and energy. And I can tell you that it has routers and wireless routers. So I'm assuming that that means that you can actually build a wireless network with Xnet, similar to Flux Network, but instead of just doing energy, it'll do items, energy, fluids, and information. So that's going to do it for today's list. I really hope you've enjoyed today's video. Tell me down in the comments below what your favorite technology mod is, or just what a doofus I am. And I am so happy to have had you here for today's video. I hope you have a great rest of the day. Take care, and bye-bye.